The world is moving and shifting at a rapid rate. Things have significantly changed since 2020. We currently sit here in the mid 20s going into 2026, and that period prior to 2020, if your mindset is still stuck there, then you're going to get left behind. It's well known now that AI is entering the realm of society, and it's a big shift in which it is said that it will wipe out millions and millions of jobs. In addition, people are using the tool as a day-to-day guiding mechanism to live out their lives. The economy at the moment is in a downturn with no indication as to when things will return. It is said that you'll own nothing and you'll like it. People are unable to afford mortgages. It's highly unlikely that, generations like Z and Alpha will ever own a property. And it's becoming more increasing that you will own little anyway. You play video games and you have to pay really to enjoy the experience. Subscription models like Netflix and the way you order food and so on. There's been a total shift into a different direction. Wages are stagnant across the board and not competing against inflation. And dating is said to be, if you're looking for a true partner, atrocious. It's a different market. Women have a lot more power and say and sway in terms of who they elect to be their partners. Whereas a lot of men are floundering and struggling and wondering why they can't find love or someone to just love them for them, when a lot of the time the economy now dictates how dating proceeds. So we're moving forward. We're moving forward. There's no going back. And for those of us that wish that we could go back, we need to shed and rid of such a mindset. I came from a family adverse to change, or a parenting structure that was adverse to change. It was very restrictive, and as the world outside was moving forward, the household stood still and would gradually retreat. And as a result, this highly impacted the mindset, and especially my mindset in terms of moving and shifting with the times. And obviously, I could see that things were accelerating ahead. I could see that through, my peers and, watching the news and so on. But when you're under the influence of your two principal carers, guardians, and so on, it's very difficult to see outside of that. They came from a different generation of understanding and thinking of the world. They had the world, or were looking at the world through the lens of fear. And of course, that would impact most individuals that were in that environment. However, I needed to change my mindset. I needed to almost battle against that and come out of that indoctrination that I was given. Even today, I'm always trying to protect both my time and energy from anything that wants to infiltrate and take me in a backwards direction. It is very tough in today's society where there are so many distractions. But it's down to you to take control of that. No one else is going to support or help you with that, first and foremost, anyway. It's about you taking ownership and responsibility of that. But history has shown us, it has demonstrated that vast change happens, and those that can adapt, adopt, and have ability to move with those times, they shape the world, they shape their own worlds, and they increasingly make it better for them. They don't moan, they don't stress or fall into a depression about it. They create and shape the foundations and move the world, move and shift the world as they go. So I've had to cultivate a mindset, a stronger mindset, a willingness, discipline out of my own power, my own, and creating my own vision and future and philosophy of this world. It's imperative that we do this as individuals, and then we find our collective to help us to move forward as well, to gain territory, to gain resources, and to thrive. Because no one is going to serve it on a plate to you. Therefore, you have to take it. There's no other way. There's no other action. It is for you to go out there. The burden is placed on you to go out there and take it, and not to retreat, not to back down. We live in harsh times, and we had lived in harsh times. Just imagine those that were our descendants, our ancestors that were living in harsh climates, harsh environments where their safety was in jeopardy. They didn't know when they were going to eat and so on. Just imagine those that survived those harsh times have allowed us to live in our current circumstances now. So it's about adopting and analyzing your patterns of behavior before someone else intercepts them. Because as I said, times are significantly changing and have significantly changed and will continue to do so. And as they do, they will bring stress towards you. They will cause you to want to wilt and fall back, because this world is there to almost suppress you the more, and you can see the division that is taking place in life, especially when you go on the online world, in which the world is increasingly moving toward what it is in. We date through the online space, the digital space. We find work through the digital space. We communicate with others through the digital space. What we consume every day is through that space. And we're increasingly there. And if you are someone that puts yourself above the parapet, you're open to criticism. People want to shoot you down. And that will make you lose confidence, self-esteem. But therefore, you have to be someone that is strong-willed, powerful. The power is within you. It's not outside of there. But even though the times change, you have to change with it. You have to become stronger with it. And as I stress, it's not time to crumble into little pieces. It's for you to go out there and destroy and rebuild, metaphorically as well as physically.